Well, I'm live. There we go. I'm live. Hey, how's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? I hope everybody's having a great day. If I look a little tired, it's because I just spent about 15 minutes chasing down a bunch of baby turkeys. I seen a mama turkey with a bunch of little babies behind her, and I told my friend, I'm like, dude, stop. Got out, snagged up a couple of them. So got a couple little baby turkeys, man. Anyway, how's everybody doing out there? Hello? Anybody? Am I still on? Okay. All right. Great. Okay. All right. So, anyway, where do we begin here? I did want to speak on my suspect a bit, of course. That's normally how I roll with that. But he does go to court this Friday on the 21st. The longest day of the year, he'll be in court. So I don't know whether he has to appear. I know it's a settlement hearing. He is not taking a plea bargain. I don't know how that got out, but when you're facing life without parole, they don't hand you just life. They don't go that direction. They convict you and then give you what, they're going to give you, which will probably be life without parole. So he's not taking a plea bargain, but it was a settlement between the defense and the prosecution on what was going to be shown, stuff like that, in the trial. Whoop-de-woo. So I still hold hope that 2019 will be the year when he is announced as the suspect. Should still happen. Should still happen this year. Okay. Well, it's not overly crowded here. In fact, 41. It's a little bit more than what I thought. I got 41 people here and 13 thumbs up. Something to think about. Something to roll around in your mind for a moment. So, you know what? I've never gotten a notification. I don't even know what a notification is when somebody goes live. I mean, maybe I have, and I didn't know that was the note. Well, you know what? No, I have gotten one. Somebody was live. It's always shoe nice. So, anywho, I really don't have much to cover. I mean, what more is there to say that has not been stated already? I kind of laid it out there, and that's exactly the way I still see it. I mean, my suspect is still the number one person in my mind as being a person of interest in Delphi. He sticks out solely because he fits every single bit of the criteria plus. So, is it about to go live? Well, that's why I set it up on the thing for 7 o'clock. But see, I didn't know that it would then send out. That's really cool, man. Yes, I do. Absolutely. Evansdale and Delphi, same guy, and it's my guy. I mean, I say my guy. It's a suspect of which I speak. He did commit both. And I think that everything shows that. I mean, it was an identical MO in both crimes. Identical. Different highway, identical situation. Aside of the fact that in Evansdale, he abducted him from there, whereas in Delphi, he abducted him from the trail to elsewhere. But that was the only difference between the two. Do what? What guy in jail? Yeah, it's good to be back live. And you know what? I mean, it wasn't so much the not going live part, man. It was not having a computer. The computer is my only link to the outside world. That is it. Without a computer, I am alone in the deep woods, in the very deep woods, which I don't mind. I still like to say, hey, man, how y'all doing? It's near bedtime. Stuff like that. So does anybody have any questions that would super help me out? Well, no, I'm not saying that his setup was to abduct them in Delphi. I think that he carried out what he wanted to do in Delphi. Okay. If he had really knew the area, where maybe he could have parked at the cemetery and then got it like that, maybe. But I think that the whole thing in Delphi had went down the way that it did. In Evansdale, he couldn't do that. I mean, he's at a nature trail where there's a lot of people around. There's a lot of people that go through that each day. So he found him, got him back to his truck and got him out of there. But that was the only difference between the two crimes. Other than that, both are identical, right down to the reversible date. Thursday, he'll be out at noon. That's when Greeno is getting out of the joint, getting out of Marion County. Yeah. Well, I don't mind going live. Actually, if Greeno is around, we'll probably go live a lot more often than once every Tuesday. But the thing is when I sit down, I like to have things to talk about. That's the whole thing to me with having a live show. You want to have stuff to talk about. You want to have things to give to people. You want a good show. Whereas tonight, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? It's the same as it was last week, actually. Nothing different has really changed, but I'm just keeping you abreast that it still is as it was. And I still do fully believe that the suspect of which point to is the suspect in Delphi. And Evansdale, same way. It's good to see you. Glad you made it. No, I have not checked my guy's vehicle registration. I should, and I may still. But the only thing that I could really get out, well, no, not really. Because you know what? If I did check his registration, I mean, that would give me Delphi as well as. But I'm pretty sure that, I mean, if you go back 2012, he had an older style white Ford Bronco. And if he did, there's your Evansdale right there. But it would give me a car to point to and say, you know what? I think it was this car right here that was parked there in Delphi. Am I wrong? Because, I mean, there's only so many vehicles that the guy had. He had two when he filed bankruptcy, but I think he only lost one. They can. It's their money. It's their money, man. Let Delphi spend their money how they may. It don't add anything to the case to me. No, he wouldn't have. But let me tell you why. Because that happened in 2017. Well, he had just filed bankruptcy the month before and lost one vehicle. I'm pretty sure that it's about 1 month after the time that he had filed, he didn't buy a new 2017, which would have just hit the market. I don't think he could have had credit to. I mean, you see where I'm at? I don't think that he could have bought a brand new one that quick. I think it would have took a little time. But that's me. I don't really know that. Don't state that as fact because it left my mouth. I'm not saying it happened that way. But it just seems pretty logical that he probably got that later in 2017. Into 2018, maybe. No, I have only heard one thing ever actually come from his wife, and that is that she was absolutely sorry. She can't believe that her husband would do anything like that, and she was very sorry to the families. And my heart goes out to her. This would have to be very mind-bending to be in her shoes right now. No. See, he had quit his job like right after he filed. I mean, he was no longer working on 14. So I mean, it wasn't his work vehicle, but that's why I'm saying it wasn't the 2017 vehicle that he had in down there on the 77-year-old. And you know, this guy gets jobs quick, man, real quick. He had a job for a long time, quit, comes up this way, whoop-de-whoop, goes back, gets another job, life goes on. Knows people. Just saying. He does, though. So anything else out there? Anything? I know I do not want to bore people. I am not here to bore. This I am not. 55 people, crap, I'm boring. 55 people and 26 thumbs up? What the? Are you kidding me? Holy shit. Why do I even try? What? Yeah, that is. It is, but you know, I think that he wanted to spend. Well, hang on. Let me explain. He had said it's interesting that he volunteered as a pastor for the county jail system down there, and he did. You know, but I think that in a lot of ways, what he wanted to do was have a sense of power over people, because. And it does. It comes right back to like Doug Carter was saying. It's about power. If you're a pastor, power. If you see where I'm at, it's about having that power. If you go into a jail and then people come to you because you see where I'm at, you have power. And I think that he really liked having a sense of power. You know, I think that that's part of his whole inner making. That's easy. It's within the state. That's Jefferson County, Missouri, Sarah. That was right there in the suburb of St. Louis. That's why they took her, you know, and hit him with it. But, you know, Delphi is another state. That's where they can't go down and speak with him, you know, and talk. So that's what's taking the time. I'm pretty good. How are you, T-Bane? I'm just kicking it live, you know. Just caught 2 turkeys, though. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but yeah, I caught 2 turkeys. 2 little babies. 2 little baby turkeys, man. I should go back down there and see if I can find some more, man. Just cute as all get out, little baby turkeys are. They are. They taste good, too, when they get older. What? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. It's not Jefferson County, Indiana. And that's what Greeno was saying. He's like, no, it says Jefferson County. So I went and looked that up. And that was like right after we got his name. And it's Jefferson County, St. Louis. But yeah, that's the reason. Outside of the state, that's different. And that's what I was putting it out on that. Oh, hang on. I got to remember the guy's name. Who was the other person of interest? I knew his last name is with a K. But anyway, the thing is he was in Carroll County Jail. And I'm like, no. See, if they thought that he did it, they would have been in there talking to him. Hey, dude, well, we got some questions for you. You know, if it's outside of the state, no. Oh, yeah, I know his last, but I couldn't think of his first name. But, yeah. So I knew that he didn't do it, but you try to explain that to people. You don't know that. You're not law enforcement. Why are you watching my video? That's why I tell them, why are you made here? Let me send you on. You know, people. And they come and watch your videos and then want to complain. And I was like, no. You come to watch the video, you need to get on. Oh. You told a lot of people about me? Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much, Alley Cat. I like the name too, Alley Cat. That's kind of cool. If you had it with 2 T's. Yeah, she will not be here. She will not be here. Trust me on that. And yeah, probably for a short while he will be till he gets where he's going to be going. Okay, Salter, here. Now listen, this is very important. And I covered this in my last video, but let me kind of reiterate. This is why my suspect had never been caught breaking the law in his past, ever. Okay? Now, I put him under suspicion of Evansdale and Delphi, both. Okay? I know that. Now, having never broken the law before, why would he commit sexual assault on a 77-year-old lady, the following month be pulled over for acting insane and driving erratic on the highway, slamming his brakes on to have another guy hit him in the butt while he was heavily intoxicated? They let him go home. So the month after that, he goes to a Catholic supply store, commits a sexual assault on I guess they said 3 ladies, but there was only the 3 ladies there, and first-degree murder and 15 other charges. So why would that breakdown happen? Here's my thoughts on it. This is why. Because when Evansdale and Delphi were committed, there was no such thing as ancestral DNA. Never been heard of, never even talked about. You know, it wasn't even in the news. But about a year or so after Delphi, then the Golden State Killer gets hit. John D. Miller's arrested up here by C.C. DeMore and the, genetic detective people. You see where I'm at? And then I made a video where I was talking to Cece, and I'm like, Cece, man, hey, if they ask you, would you work on the Delphi case? I mean, have you heard of it? You know, and she's all like, yeah, heard about the Delphi case since it happened. She goes, if law enforcement got a hold of me about it, I would be happy to work on it. And I had already wrote Sheriff Lesenby. He got back a hold of me, wanted her contact information, which I sent to him. And it was in the Logansport paper that Delphi was using the same technology as got John D. Miller. So 2 months after, I'm like, well, she got him in 2 months. Okay. She nailed John D. Miller really quick. So now I'm not saying he was watching my videos, but the point I make is he knew about that because he was following the case. And he knew it was going to be just a matter of time till they come knocking on his door. So he wanted to go out his own way. That's what I believe. That's why I believe it happened like that. I think he got drunked up and went out and did whatever he wanted. I think that last one, it was like I asked myself, why would he go to the Catholic supply store in his backyard? That was crazy. Because he knew he was going to get caught for it. He knew. He already knew. He knew when he was doing it, he was going to be caught for it. All 3 who? There was only one at the Catholic supply store. There was 3 women, but he only shot the one who did not comply. And yeah, no, he only killed the one. The other 2, he let live. After he shot the one in the head, the other 2, I mean, he with them, of course, but they complied. They lived. Again, he knew he was going to get caught. And this is what I'm saying. He wanted to go out his own way. I mean, he lived a ways from there, but it was still a suburb of St. Louis. He knew he was going to get caught. He knew there was no way out for that. He knew he was going to be hit. I mean, it's probably a matter of time, but they would catch up to him on that. It took 2 days. They kicked his door in the morning. He got the black eye over here. Probably tried to fight back. Why leave witnesses? He knew he was going to get caught. I mean, if you kill 3 people, I mean, people say, yeah, I knew who that guy was. You know, I mean, so he was 2 doors down at a nightclub prior to going down there. And the lady said, yeah, he gave him his card right here. Here's his business card. That's how they caught him. No. Yeah, I know. Me too, because he was heavily intoxicated. He even used the MF on him. I pay your taxes. Now you can go. You just go home. A little insane, a little drunk at school. You can make it. Have a nice day. Yeah, maybe. I don't know the inside of his mind. I mean, I've wrote him. And still, it has not changed since last week. I've wrote him 6 letters. I have kept him fully abreast of my thoughts and what's going on in Burlington or in Delphi, because people down there aren't telling him what's going on in Delphi. Okay. He's not even, I don't think it's ever brought up to him about Delphi. They're not like pulling a TV in there so that he can watch the briefing live. You see, he can't see that. So I pretty much sent him word for word what they said, told him this is where they said you parked. So I knew you had parked, didn't know where, do now. Yeah, they said that they had seen him in there in the past. They did stop in. This is kind of odd, but again, just going right down the way to a Catholic supply store. And I think that the bigger part of that may be the word Catholic. Catholic. Okay. Something plays in there. I don't know how exactly, but I'm telling you it's Catholic. Why would they let him get my letters? Because I wrote him to him by the federal government through the federal mail. I mean, anybody can write someone. They will hand you that letter and say, here, this person wrote to you. Okay, thank you. That's why. Because I want information from him. Information that only he has. But no, he wasn't. He's Scottish. He is Scottish. That's why I say all of his personal emails started with Scotsman. And there was probably every bit of 14 different personal emails that he had used over his life. All of them began with Scotsman. Now, when I take this back to the genetics, man, they got the whole thing, man, all the way back to Robert the Bruce, who was his ancestor. His father's name is the same without the "the" in the middle. So, yep, exactly. It's him. I mean, like I say, they can't tell you it's him yet because they can't go down and talk to him. Anything that the media would ask about it, they would say, we haven't spoke to him. So you're just filing charges? Yes. We know he did it. Okay. How? Well, we can't tell you that. It's part of the investigation. I see. Is there anything you can say? Yes, we filed charges on it. Yay. I mean, but then they got to get it, then they got to get him to court. Now, when they let this complete, where they can go down and talk to him, get his information, get a confession, extradite him back, that's how you play. That's how they do it. But they're not going to come out right now and tell you that it's him. That's my job. It's my job to tell you that. That's what I do. I tell you. I tell you exactly what they can. That's my job. 34? No, you're only 22 minutes late, man. I mean 34. So, oh, wait a minute. Let me kind of slide this over here. 60 people and 36 thumbs up. Well, fetch me my K-bar. I ain't going for attention. I'm going for results. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, I appreciate number 34 and 37. You guys rock. Oh, is there any questions? Because, man, I love to answer questions, man. You know what? Questions, lay them on me. Do you know that inside of my head, I have answered every single question, although be it imaginary? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Imaginary questions, they get weird. Well, I've imaginarily asked myself some really stupid stuff. And I gave myself a really stupid answer. Much thanks. Yeah, but you know what? We have better than that. We have better than okay. Tom had said that it would be cool to do a side-by-side of BG with the dash cam video. But we have his mugshot. We have his mugshot, which is very clear, which looks identical to the first sketch, the one that they kind of took out of submission, on the briefing. They were ending the investigation is why. They already knew who did it. They handed out false information knowingly. That way, when they got information on the phone, they could disregard it as does not need investigated. If it deals with new information, it's over. Because see, until that they can go down and announce after they talk to him that he is the suspect, they still got to investigate all the calls beforehand. Every single one, they still got to have somebody out there investigating. That's like 46,000, So, yeah, they can't wait to be able to say, yes, he's the guy, and yes, coming to Carroll County. Not that I know of, but I can't say that he didn't own a black Harley. It's already going on, Fatty. It's happening now. They got the settlement hearing on the 21st, Friday. I don't think that he has to attend that. I think that's just between the defense and the prosecutor. But it is back on and should end during 2019. He's got to get his DOC number from Missouri. And then they'll be able to talk to him and charges will be announced. There you go. No, he didn't know anybody there. Yeah. No. No, of course not. No, man. If you're a celebrity, maybe, or something like that, for something like this, no, that stuff's hush. Last thing you're going to hear about is like he's going to court, but they're probably not even going to come out with much of what he said because they want to really keep that private. However, ladies and gentlemen, just happen to know a guy who knows how to get the papers. I mean, hell, man, I can get the court documents, man, the court transcripts. We'll find out what was said because I'm going to lay this out to you right now. Every word that I've said is probably, for the most part, true as to the way I put it. No, the bridge out there, it doesn't have more security. They started adding a platform across the walkway where it didn't have the railroad ties to make it safer. But yeah, there ain't more security, but they did make the bridge safer. I don't think it was that big of a cause until after this. And then they said, holy crap, man, everybody and their brothers out on that bridge now. So, how you doing, Valerie? He can't enter a plea. He's facing life without parole. What plea do you think that they're going to give somebody facing life without parole? Well, here's 20 years. All right, I'll take it. No, they're going to convict him and then give him life without parole. That's when he will get his thing. They ain't going to hit him with a plea bargain. The last thing that they're going to do to TB is walk in there with the plea bargain and say, here, would you accept this? They won't. They can, unless that person is in court for first-degree murder in a different state. That kind of kills it. No, I have no reason to suspect that. It was just at a railroad bridge. That's how it was. No, he has not pled guilty. It's still in the trial phase. No, I have not seen any Booby Camworth videos. Today, 0. I have studied 0 for today. I just turned the camera on. And so, okay, man, we're live. Yeah, thank you, Apache. We wanted to make it like that, and where people could see that and explain at the same time. A lot of it was voiceover, and I really liked that video. Now, last week I was talking about Greeno. He said over there, and that was the very video that he edited for 3 days. 3 days straight he did that because he was taking this snippet and a snippet of this and putting this here and this over here right together, man, with this. He did that up, man, and it came out fantastic, man. I was really impressed. I love his editing, man. His camera work, the guy's really good. The guy's very good at what he does. How you doing, Jackie? Uh, well, he pled not guilty, but I mean, if he had walked in and they said, "How do you plead?" and he said guilty, the case would have kind of they would have said, "Yeah, I don't think we can do that, man. We can't just have you plead guilty. You can't do that, man. Due process, man. Constitution." Uh, you know what? We don't really know, but if he was mentioned, well, nobody would just mention. I mean, I'll put it to you like that. The last thing that law enforcement is going to do is mention somebody into a crime. You know, even if they might suspect that he could have, they would never mention him into that, especially one that somebody else was convicted of. You see where I'm at? If it's mentioned, it's probably people on the outside because of like how the case went down to where they go, could be him. You see where I'm at? But I wouldn't put anything on it until the FBI comes back. Now, the last that I heard of my suspect, the very last thing that I heard from him on the news was the FBI's got his DNA and they're running it through Codex. Nothing yet, but we'll keep you posted on any updates. That was back in like January of 2019. Well, there's been no updates, but they never came forward and said, nope, that's it. That's all he's got, you see, because I know he's tied into others. I already knew that. The family of the possible wrongly accused. Everybody, man, why are you guys? Why is everybody telling me that he's innocent until proven guilty? Do you think that I can stamp him guilty and execute him? You're wrong. I think that he was a salesman with the insurance. He was an agent. Yes, and exactly, Amy. And that's what I feel as well. Because I think that when they go in, be it the FBI, because I know that they're going to have him on more than Delphi. Okay. Now, I don't think that they got any DNA from Evansdale. You know, I'm pretty sure of that. But I think that they will tie him probably to more than just Delphi. And what they would probably like to do is go in and get a confession for everything all at one shot, all at one sitting, get a written and verbal confession, boom, take it through court. You know, that would be fantastic. Bring him up to Indiana. Let me tell you something, man. When the suspect gets to Carroll County, everybody, everyone, every news agency in the world will be in Delphi at that courthouse. That will be you know what? That is, for people living in Delphi, that is going to be a crazy time because when he gets there, man, it's going to be crowded in the streets. Everybody's going to be there for real. Every news agency will be there. It's going to be packed. I mean, you know what? If you got a spare room, rent it out. That's exactly what people in Delphi should be doing at that time. Renting a spare room. Because believe me, people are going to want it. Yeah, long time no see, Sassy. How you doing? Yes, I did, most certainly. What we did is we went down the south side to the south side of the bridge there, and then took that hill because, like, right when you hit the south side, once it hits land, okay, you got the bridge going over the water, but once it hits land here, then it's a bridge, or I mean, it's a hill coming down the side. So you go down here, down this hill, but then you hit the driveway, that driveway path that goes up to this family's home up here. But then you got to go on down another hill that goes all the way down to the bottom where it goes flat. That's where the car path picks up and then hits the creek. They were found right on the other side from where that path hits the creek, right on the other side of the creek. So we know he took them down that way, walked them down that path, crossed. That's where the crime occurred, right there, and were left there. Yeah, I agree. And again, my suspect had handguns. He had the Glock 43, the 6 hour 22. He had a permit to carry. I mean, everything falls in line with my suspect. Everything that I speculated, everything that I thought, man, everything, it all fits him. Every case, it fits him. His frame, his build, his eye color, it fits my guy. The first sketch looks like him. Dressed like bridge guy, that was my suspect. Had never broken the law before? You're probably talking about my suspect again, are you not? Has a brother in Fort Wayne. Oh, my suspect just drove by here? Yeah, I know, because it is him. It's always been him. And I've been, I've been on this since December of last year. My God, man. Holy crap, man. I've been saying this into a camera for like 7 months. People, it's him. Believe me, I would not lie to you. And even if I was going to lie to you, I'd never make it a 6-month lie. That's a long time to carry a lie, people. That's too much for me to take. I'd break down. I would. Yeah, I totally believe it was big time. Now, I don't say that about we may interviewed him before, because they had said that in the past, because they thought, well, it's got to be somebody local, somebody that we've talked to. But I think that they reiterated that again and threw a little more on it, because they do. They want people to believe, yeah, somebody right around here, somebody young, somebody that looks like this sketch. It isn't. It never was. It was always my guy. No, I don't think anything with the Pinto at all. Yes, exactly. Once you get to the south side, you got to go down the hill. And that's because it's him. Ed Jobman. Now, when I say, okay, when you say intentionally, it's not like it's intentionally, but it is. I mean, understand, they know who did it, but this guy isn't proven guilty. Okay? They can't go talk to him, and they cannot talk about it. They can't say to the public or the media, yeah, we're just going to file charges. Have you talked to him? No. Well, where did he? We don't know. So you just file. Yeah, we're just filing charges. Well, they don't do that. And again, that's what I'm saying. They want to go talk to him. They want to get a confession. That's how you do the case. Because once you file that charges, you got to take him to court. They got to make sure that they can get him back to Indiana. A golf cart? What are you guys on? A dirt bike, a golf cart? No, the guy was in a car. Stop there. If you're daydreaming like that, go to Facebook, please. Well, he does, but you see, he's got a public defender down there. Now, and I'll go back to D Nations in Colorado. They sent investigators out there to talk to him. Remember that? I do, because they were supposed to be back the following Monday. However, on that Monday was the Vegas shooting, if everybody remembers that. So it was Tuesday when they came out. Now, they left on a Friday, and that following Tuesday, they said, we can either include nor exclude him as a suspect at this time. I'm like, well, that's saying zero. Well, they left it like that because, well, now I'm going to take it to the first year press conference, because they got D Nations back to Indiana. I think it was like 1 week, exactly 1 week before the first year press conference. Okay. Now, Doug Carter, the head of the state police, got up there and said, well, we went out to Colorado and we sat down with Daniel Nations and we had a talk. And I was like right there in the camera. And I'm like, he's lying. I was on the phone with Daniel Nations, man, through that time, man. He said, no, when they got out here, my public defender turned him away without even consulting me because I wanted to talk to him. So they extradited him back here to Indiana 1 week before the press conference, talked to him, and then cleared him. But Doug Carter lied. They didn't go out there and talk to him. That's what he said, though. They will inadvertently lie. But the point is on this, what they're doing is they're more covering. They're covering up. They're not lying. They're not sitting here feeding you a bunch of crap. What it is they're covering up themselves because they know who did it and they got to wait. They can't talk to you, me, the media, or anyone until they talk to them. There it is. Doug Carter always acts weird. I mean, that's really a kind of an odd question. Yeah, you know what, man, Carter. Yeah, okay, Chris. If you want to carry on with that, do it elsewhere, please. I've already told people that that's a bunch of crap. Okay, man. Let me check people. 71 people. 71 people. Would you look at that? 71 people here. What if I got 45 thumbs up? God, man. You remember last time I was on here? I had more thumbs up at one time than there was people in the room. God, it was a big day, man. My popularity was way up there. Oh, and speaking of popularity way up there, I am changing my name. I'm changing it. It will no longer be Bolton or Stroop. Love both names. I love my names. I have nothing against those names. But what I am doing is I am changing it to a business name, Michael J. Katt. So I will be in the thing of changing this probably first part of September. It should be on the change. I do not know who you are, Potato Chucker, but later. Yeah, he is. He is. Oh, thank you. Man, you guys are way behind. I was talking about that like 2 minutes ago. But thank you. Thank you nonetheless. Anyway, Doug Carter, yeah, he is. But you know what? He's a spokesman for them. So he's got to be spokesman-like. You see, that's why when he goes out, he said, thank you guys so much for your support and what you've done for the families, because he wants to put that emotion out. If you got up there and was real, well, we're here today to talk, you don't want that. You want somebody showing some emotion. That's why they have him. You know what? If he wasn't the head of the state police, he probably could have went into acting. Probably would have been big. Probably would have been big in acting. It is connected. That's why. Same person, Sassy. Same on both. Identical. It's my guy. Not my guy. I say it's the guy I'm pointing at. I don't want to call him my guy. It's law enforcement's guy. But because I cannot say his name, thank you, YouTube, for stopping me from saying people's names. No, there is no other briefing coming up shortly. The next time that they have one will probably be when they announce the suspect. And if, you know what? If somebody could do this for me, man, be really awesome. When was John D. Miller found guilty? On what date? Because he was arrested the first part of July of 2018. But if somebody could find that would kind of help. But mind you, that's like one charge in comparison to like, 17. Yeah, that's what Greeno said. Same thing. I'm obsessed with this case. I said, you're not obsessed with this case. Yeah, I am. I said, no, you're not. So you're not obsessed. Yeah, I am. I said, no, you're not. I said, you want to know who did it, same as everybody else. But, I mean, there came a point. There came a point. Okay, on 12, $6 months. 6 months time it took them to get him because he was arrested in July. So OJ was about a year. but they had a lot of going on where they had to stop and they had to do this and that. So anyway, I think it should wrap up on, yeah, thank you. So, I'm pretty sure that his verdict will be reached in 2019. Hopefully we can get an announcement in 2019, because a year saying the same thing gets a little old. Gets a little old just sitting here saying the same thing. I'd like to say something different, but nothing else makes sense. It is what it is. Yeah, you see, I never look on YouTube. I do not watch anybody's videos. I never have ever went to Facebook to find anything out. The only thing that I will look at is a news report, a press conference, a briefing, an interview with a law enforcement officer that's talking about it, a family member, somebody that's in the know. If it's something that somebody thinks, great, that's you. You can think that all day long. I don't care. I do not look on YouTube. No way. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to sound braggadocio, but I don't know the person that knows as much as I do about this that's outside of law enforcement. I don't know them. I've never met him. I never talked to him. Everybody that wants to talk to me, when I talk to him, it's like, oh, how do you feel about it? It's always Facebook, man. It's always some Facebook rumor. And I'm like, don't. I said, just stop going to Facebook, man. I said, that's what's messing you up. You hear this, you hear that, you hear that. And then you say, well, how can all that be true? Well, none of it is. It all came from Facebook. It's people saying crap, expanding upon crap they already heard, and just making a big jumbled blah, blah, blah theory that everybody will go, oh, that sounds really good. I bet that GK did it, or I bet that C other guy did it, or I bet it's always some big show. And that's why stay off of Facebook. I try to be. Yeah, you know what? And I tried to make that, and I thank you for that, Starling. He said that the suspect summary video was really good. I still didn't get every single little piece in there the way that I wanted. There was still about 3 or 4 things that I failed to put in because I was doing it off the top of my head, but I had sketched them out about an hour beforehand. But when I completed, I was like, so then, and as time went by, there was a couple missing elements to that, but it was a good video, the video he watches right there. And I can promise you this. Hold on a second. I can promise you this. After he watches that, he'll be like, dude, you got him. That's him. That's the guy. No doubt. It is. It's him. You know why I say that? Because he was here with me for 2 years looking at this case. He knows every detail in the same way that I do. When he sees what I got, he will say, that's him. You're right. Because right now he's in jail. He's hearing people from outside go, nah, he was clear, dude. Man, they got DNA. Why? You think they wouldn't have said something? God. Facebook people. That's who's talking to him. So I was like, I don't think it's him. But I don't know who did it, but we'll find out. And I'm like, nah, dude, don't even go there. So I already know who did it. But then totally, man, back in December, or was it end of December, first part of January, I told him, I said, dude, what you need to do is go start telling everybody down there that he did it. Get on it right now. Well, he's still under the impression that, he didn't do it. Nah, no way. Because he's hearing people from Facebook. He's hearing people, his friends, telling him crap. Filling him with the woodingy. Not me. I don't get a person. I'm only going to tell him the truth. I'll be the first person to look right at you and say, you're ugly as hell. just like that. You're a really ugly person, man. Yeah. I have. It wasn't actually the 3rd week. I think he was arrested on the 21st. And I probably heard about that on the 23rd. I'm thinking. Because that's when it was released that they had contacted Delphi because he was dressed like Bridge Guy, he looked like the sketch, and he had never broken the law before. And I said, I gotta go look at this guy. And when I seen his mugshot, I'm like, ooh, like, oh crap. Man, then there came a point when I started searching through there and finding everything. I'm like, matches, matches, matches. Look at this, financial problems. Without a job at the time. Hello. I need a family member somewhere up in here. I said, somewhere right over there. If I had a close family member, man, if I did. But when I found that family member and Google directions put it going right by Monon High Bridge Trail as directions to his house, got him. Knew it right then. He drove, I got him. That's him. You're looking at him. Yeah, you know what? I don't know that it is. I mean, you say it is true, or oh, is it true? Now, you see, I don't know. I don't know because I can't say that it is true. I heard people say right off the bat that law enforcement went under his trailer to get a box that looked like it had clothes in it. But that's all I know. Law enforcement never came out, okay, and said anything about any clothes or anything like that. In fact, I'll put it to you like this. The gun that he shot her with, they did not even give like the make of the pistol. Didn't even give that. And I can tell you why. Same pistol. The same pistol he had in Delphi. Flying out to Kokomo with a finder fee for a big party. I don't know. I don't know. Who are you, MP? Please. Are you Mike? Are you Mike? Are you Mike? Audra, Audra, if you had anything that you wanted to ask, throw it up there. I'll be happy to answer. Okay, great. Man, you got a lot of aliases, dude. You go by a lot of stuff. $240,000 what? What is 240,000? No. This is Mike. He lives down in Florida. He's a friend of mine. He's got a last name that starts with a P. That's why I asked if it was him. He said I was putting 2 and 2 together, coming up with 4. Anyway, does anybody want me to stop this at 1 hour? And Audra, if you got a question, throw it up. In fact, I don't even want to tell you guys what I do for $5. Yeah, I probably would. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Man, have you guys seen that Klondike commercial they got now? Like, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you give us naming rights to your children? I'm like, man, are you kidding me? I don't think that's worth a Klondike bar every day for life. I could be wrong. I love, but I mean, what if they would have named Wolf Klondike? I would have had to call him Klondike. $1.2 million to do a renovation of Monon High Bridge Trail. There's only one thing that they can spend that money on. Let me tell you right now, there's only one thing that they can spend that money on, the bridge. And $1.2 million, you could probably build a new bridge for that. You see where I'm at? Not that many people go to that trail, man. Hey, when me and Greeno and Tony went out there, what was that, in July? There was nobody there. We was out there for every bit of 2 hours, never seen a soul. No one was there. And that's what I'm saying on that February day. Oh, yeah, it's 40, 45 minutes. No, there wasn't. There wasn't anybody right there at that time. There was after the fact, but if there was 45 people, you would have seen a whole bunch of people that seen Bridge Guy for fact, because he walked right through there all the way back to his car. Nah, the bridge ain't that bad. You know what? Once you walk across that bridge, the first time it seems a little hairy because you'll have spots that are this wide that you got to step over. And when you look down through them, you're looking 70 some feet down to the water, you know, it's like, oh crap. But, you know, once you've walked over it a couple times and you got the hang of it, it ain't hard. I mean, they're like that far apart for the most part, the ties, but you got, you know, some of them are a little further, but yeah, you just got to watch your footing. Witnesses never said that he was wet, but I will say again, I don't even know how many times. If you walk through water in blue jeans, about 20 some minutes later, you're not even going to see a distinguishing mark of wet to dry. They dry. The water heads to the ground. The bottom starts getting really wet. They dry out, and you won't be able to tell if they were wet. Now, I can tell you right now, it was February. He didn't swim across. He just waited. Yeah, he did. Definitely. And I suspect the same thing in Evansdale, same way. And I know it was down there in St. Louis, the same. Once he got a drink, people. Once he got a drink in him. They do. And that's why I'm telling you, pay me. Pay me, listen. Listen to what it is I'm saying. Sheriff Lesenby over in Carroll County, okay? He got the call from St. Louis, and they said, yeah, we got a guy dressed like Bridge Guy. It looks like you're a sketch. I'd never broken the law before. And they said, oh, crap, first-degree murder, Roy. Send me a mugshot. Yeah, he was going to take that mugshot to the two people that seen him. Is this the man you've seen? That's him. That's him, no doubt. Now, because I know that transpired like that, and I know it for this reason, because had they looked at that and said, no, that ain't the guy we've seen, and both of them said, no, that ain't him, they never would have sent the DNA off to Quantico to see if it matched TB. And they did. And guess what? That was the last you heard about it. Did they come out and clear him? No. What they got was the call. Yes, it does. He is? He did. I see. But we can't say anything because he's in it. Of course. Well, we got to be quiet until we can go talk to him. Got you covered. There it is. They're being quiet until they can talk to him. There you go. Why? Because it's TV. Bam. St. Louis, people. St. Louis. Are they going to have a trial for Delphi girls? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as soon as they have a suspect, that's who they're going to take to court, man. No. You see, while in some cases they can say, well, we're not worried about him anymore that much. Well, the simple thing is if you talk to any law enforcement, nobody's cleared. Well, the guy told me you can't be cleared without DNA. Well, you know, everybody they went to was handing out DNA, but nobody's cleared. Something to think about. Something to think about, people. So, no one has been cleared. I'm not cleared. I want you to know that. I am not cleared. He said, well, we can't clear you without a sample of your DNA. Well, you ain't getting my DNA. They might want your DNA. No, let them try. If they get a judge that says I look enough like that they're going to sign on to get a warrant to get my DNA, I'll own them for it. Tell them that. I heard from them. So, yeah, apparently I'm not cleared, which should be obvious that I wasn't there. Do I look anything like Bridge Guy? Man, I was down at a neighbor's house of mine here. There's 9 people that can say, yeah, he wasn't even in Delphi that day. Trust me. No, it's not me, but I do have the hat, or one like it. Mine is actually a newsboy style. His was a, man, what's the name of that? Kind of a Ivy League, I forget the name of it. Flat, yeah, kind of a, yeah, not a flat cap exactly. It's kind of like this one, but it's got like the, you see what I'm saying? I guess that would be more flat cap, but yeah, anyway. You know what? I was an MP. But you know what? I couldn't have been a detective. There is no way that I could have ever been a detective. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you right now, there is no way that I could have been a detective because my heart is not in the right place for it. I am about common law. Common law. Only common law. When you bring in admiralty law, statutory jurisdiction, maritime, all this and that, no, that's called hitting people without a person, without an injured person. If there isn't an injured person, there is no crime. So I really could not have been out. Now, I mean, if it was one that fell under common law, but that is never a detective story. I'm just saying. I never liked law enforcement. Never did. On the outside, I very much dislike law enforcement. I think they are the biggest enemies to a free people in America. We are the land of laws. Thank you, law enforcement. God, we respect you so much for protecting and serving us. Please take our money and throw us in jail more. People are stupid in America, man. They don't get it. They do not get it. You can draw them a map, and you know what? They'll be upset with you because you don't see it their way. That's how people are. We don't know what kind of bridge guy. Man, we don't know. Did you see his shoes? I looked at that video and I can't see any running shoes that he's got on. I can't tell you anything about them. Maybe they're brown. Maybe they're white. I don't know. Yeah, they could be. But I mean, I would suspect, especially if he's hiking, that it would have been tennis shoes or something like boots. But most people don't like put boots on to go hiking. You know, not big lace up boots or anything. But he could have. I mean, it was a colder, it was a colder time of year. I'm sure that the day beforehand, he had no clue as to how good the weather was going to be. Or maybe he did. Honestly, I mean, again, I feel that he was there for a reason. Yeah, I think he had on like about 3 sets of clothes. It looked like he had, I mean, he would have certainly had an undershirt. He had the hoodie plus the jacket, you know, so he at least had that on. That's what makes him look puffy up here. But I mean, you know, you can look at his legs, especially in the video. He's got a puffy body, but he isn't really fat. That's my guy. Yeah, you know what? Some people say a lot of stuff, man. Man. And you know what? They allowed that too. You know, I didn't have to press to let that. Well, his legs are skinnier. They're skinnier than his upper body would show. You know, his upper body's kind of puffy, but his legs, it's like my dad. My dad ain't fat, but he's got a bigger upper body. Now his legs, you see him walk out in the summertime, they're like this big around, man, and they're white, real white. He looks like a potato on toothpicks, white toothpicks. It's crazy. Yeah, I've heard that a few times. Unfortunately, I've told the rest to, but no, it ain't. It ain't. And I'm not arguing it, so don't go there. That gets the old Buddha-rooski. Later. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do. What in the hell is that? Oh, man, everything just playing. I am in Kokomo, Indiana. the place of my birth, Kokomo, Indiana. No idea. They never say that. There would be no way to. It never came from law enforcement. I'll put it to you like that. Had it came from law enforcement, we would all know. So if you heard that they found bloody clothes, then that was through somebody. And again, I put 0 on people's word. 0. I do. Because look, man, it's a thing with people. Everybody does it, myself included. Okay? You hear something, it's a good story. So you tell someone else. Well, you kind of exaggerate. You bump up the important details. You see where I'm at? You exaggerate it up a bit. And people do that. And when you get people exaggerating in this and that and the other, and other people hear this and compound on it, it gets blown out of proportion real fast. Like I said, man, the last time I went to Facebook, I was there. Greeno wanted me to go to one place to check something. I forget what it was. This is going back way over. It's probably in an area of about 2 years ago. Maybe a little bit less than that. I went on there, and it was like the first thing I seen. I'm like, man, what the? So I started writing this, and then I got to the second one. I'm like, oh, man, well, that's just. So I started, and then finally, man, I mean, they booted me. They booted me, and that quick. Because, no, I ain't going on there. And those people are just idiots. Hey, man, if you want to listen to what a bunch of 5th graders think about it, man, go ask a bunch of 5th graders. You're going to get the same reply as you are off of Facebook. Guarantee you. Because Facebook, they're on Facebook reading everything. Greeno? I'm not Greeno. Are you calling me Greeno? Do I look like I got a tan? I don't even go there, Cheryl. I don't talk to them or anything else. I don't believe he's a smoker. I could be wrong on that. He may be. He might be a smoker. But I never seen any picture with him with a cigarette. So but I do know he drinks. Yeah, beer cans. I'm sure he's had a few. In fact, I seriously think that bulge on the right-hand side of his jacket is a bottle. I don't think that he would have went out there with a buzz, especially for 3 hours on a trail. This is a guy that likes to keep nerve handy. You see where I'm at? And that's why I think that he had a bottle with him in his coat. That was the big thing here. The brown thing down here, holster. Because he had a permit to carry. Thank you very much, Chris. No, but look, the one thing that he would not have done ever is leave anything behind with any evidence on it of him. Anything. Now, I believe that, well, I can't really say that. Not totally. I mean, he did leave DNA, and I'm pretty sure that he left fingerprints. I know everybody thinks like he went in with gloves and a mop suit or something. No, he didn't. Believe me. Yeah, he left the cell phone. I don't even know that he knew that there was a cell phone. I mean, if he did, do you think he thought he was recording? No, he would never have left that. DNA does not lie. DNA does not lie. DNA don't. But where does that go? They got his DNA. That's how I say. I know Sheriff Lesby already knows it's him for that reason, aside of the fact that he got the mugshot and gave that to the 2 eyewitnesses that seen him that day. So I know that he knows it's the guy. I know that they know it's the guy. But I know that they know that they can't say it's that guy. Not until I talk to him. Going to take a little time. 55. You know what? Woof. This was a bad show, man. 80 people and 55 thumbs up. Man. I don't even know why I look forward to going live sometimes. Yeah, this hurts. God, I remember that one time when I got kicked. Remember that? It hurts like that. That's the pain I'm feeling, Bear. That's the pain. Yes, I believe we do. You got to have a concealed carry permit, which should not be the case. I got a Second Amendment right, so if I want to carry it up my butt, I can. So yeah, man, I got a pistol. Why? Yeah, I'm carrying. Make something of it. Yeah. Maybe they was taking pictures. They didn't snap his picture. Everyone, pretty much, aside of me. I'm the one guy. I'm the one guy. I know. Oh well, no, wait. I take that back. I have a cell phone, but it's not active. I can't call people on it. Okay. But other than that, everybody has a cell phone, people. Everybody. Yeah, I got a gun, man. I got all kinds of guns. I got guns, and more guns. You know what? Sometimes I'll have to show you guys my guns and my guitars. Oh, yeah. I love guns. Let me tell you who loved guns. My grandfather that raised me, he loved guns. He had like a collection. I mean, a massive collection of guns, pistols. It was crazy. Man, I got a 357 Dan Wesson interchangeable barrel, 12 gauge muzzle look. I got a bunch, man. That, I mean, he gave me when I was growing up. You're dumb. But again, you say dumb. And again, I say drunk and in a hurry. Like he needed to check the bodies. For what? This is two young girls. I mean, the only thing that you would be implying is that he knew that it was put on record and stuck in her pocket. He didn't. He wasn't going to search them for a phone or anything because he was drunk and he was wanting to get the F out of there. He was wanting to leave. I don't think it was a thrill kill. I think it was a sexual motive. I do. I think that his motives are always sexual. That's me. Exactly. Thank you, Rick. And that's what I'm saying. You know what? If I could go back in time with you all, I'd like for you to see me back in a different day when I was a drinking, traveling alcoholic for 12 years. Let me tell you something, man. If I was going to go somewhere and I was going, hey, man, later, bro. All right, man. Yeah, peace. Bye. See you. I'm out of there. If I'm in a hurry to get out of someplace, I'm in a hurry to get out of there. No, it wasn't. It was taken off the phone. Maybe. But you say, I'm sure. We don't know that. And again, that's something that I really don't speculate on. Because for me to try to answer anything like that, I would just be running my gums. That's it. Because I don't know that. Hey, you know what? You got a lot of young girls out there. And let me tell you something. I mean, this is just me. If somebody walked up, man, and pulled a gun on them in a threatening manner and told them to do something, you have no idea what a young girl will do. She's going to do what you say. I'm sure she's not going to be talking about her parents. She's probably going to want to try to get you away from her as quick as possible. But we don't know what was said. We have no idea. We got like a few words. Guys, down the hill. That was it. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, and toward who? And who? Who are you talking about, Salter? Yeah, but you heard who call in on Randy's channel? Not the whole crime. Again, we don't know that. We don't know at what point the phone went dead. And it could very much depend upon where on her body Libby put it. Did she put it in her top? Did she put it in her waistband? You know, where did she put it exactly? You know, because when they crossed that creek, remember, if that phone got wet, that's probably where it ended at. Because, and maybe they have it all in there. You know, I mean, you give the time from when it started to where it ended, that's not a very long time. And the phone definitely would have lasted that long, no doubt. She wasn't holding the phone. Audio recorded, yes. But she wasn't sitting there holding it, because then, yeah, he would have threw the phone. He would have got rid of it. They probably will be after the court has ended, because they will come out with the cause of death and so forth. But again, I think, you know, right now, if they get his trial back on full track down there in St. Louis, and they get in that, say, in about 2 or 3 months, he should be back to Indiana before 2020. They should have him back to Carroll County for court, extraditing back. You know what? Somebody told me this, that she was wearing sweatpants. Okay, I don't know that. But somebody had said, oh, no, she was wearing sweatpants when it happened. Now, I don't know that. But again, that's why I said like a waistband or a top or something, you know, that she could get into. But I don't know if she had any pockets or not. I'm without clue. The only one I know that was dressed was Abby. Well, it's not, they're not getting money for this. Okay, they're not really getting money. They have to go investigate this, but nobody's handing them money. So it really isn't about that. I think that the biggest part of this is really as it is. This is one state, he's in another. He's facing first-degree murder down there. We don't want to mess with that case. We wouldn't want another state messing with our case. So they always let that ride, as does, because the public defender is going to go, nope. Yeah, I don't care. You ain't talking to him. Not under my watch. I represent him. You ain't talking to him. Have a nice day. That's exactly what they'll do. So it's going to wait till then. Yeah. Well, because people had came out with that initially right off the bat. Well, it's taken from the cloud. They never found the phone. I'm like, no, they found the phone. I know they found the phone. Because, I mean, they got everything off the phone. Literally everything off the phone. I think her family was suing for everything that was off the cloud on the phone because they wouldn't let her have the phone. All right. I'm going to end this out here in just a minute. As soon as, hang on, 73, 58 thumbs up. God, man. Yeah. But yet, I maintain a pulse. Just keep going, man. There's no excuse for not. There is. There is. I'm an alcoholic, dude. I ain't had a drink in, God, what's it been now? 15 years. 15 years sober. Never touched a drop. I got a moonshine still sitting right there. Got moonshine still sitting there. Don't use it. Don't make moonshine. I don't. But if I did, I wouldn't sell it. I'd feed it to animals that truly need it. It must be tough. It is. It's really hard, man. It's hard being me. I've been wearing people congratulate me because I got a moonshine still, really. And I'd show you all. No, it's got a bottle of liquor sitting on it. With a little laudanum, yeah. Hey, you know Wyatt Earp's old lady, man. Well, she's hooked on that. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Thank you. Right. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. It has not been hard. I mean, there was a time when like not having a drink would have killed me. But once I finally, upstairs after 12 years, after waking up one Sunday without a dime in a room full of empty bottles, I was like, man, maybe I better stop. And I went through a living HELL for about 4 or 5 days of detox. About killed me. But I kept it. I kept at it, man. And you know what? After about a year, stopped thinking about it. And after 2 years, and then it started, and after 6 years, a friend of mine, I was at a party, he says, well, yeah, dude, you ain't drinking 6 years. And you could have a beer, just a beer. Yeah, you're right. I probably could have just a beer, huh? I couldn't have just a beer. I had a beer. And you know what? I think it was like, next day I had to go buy some alcohol, of course, because next day I was detoxing. Day after that, I went and bought 2 gallons of Jim Beam to drink. And I think it was like about 2 weeks later, there I was in the hospital, damn near dead. Can't do it. I cannot drink because I can't keep up with the detox. I got to put it in because as soon as it's hitting, I'm going into detox. That's what's crazy. Because it's in my body, I go into detox. I'm sorry, I'm really boring people. Yeah, it's very true. I am the worst alcoholic that I've ever seen, and I have seen a lot of alcoholics. I've never seen anybody that was as physically dependent upon it as I was. I had to wake up. I didn't wake up. I would literally wake up because I was shaking in the middle of the night to have to go get a buzz. And when, I would start drinking, I'd have to do it by the toilet because I would get dry heaves, would keep heaving it back up. As soon as it hit my stomach, it'd come back up until I started getting a buzz. And then once I got a buzz, then I could slam a great big old chug off that bottle and go back to bed. But man, let me tell you, if you're shaky and detox, you won't sleep. I didn't sleep for probably first 3 days of my last detox. You just can't, man. It's horrible. But that's why I say, it is a disease. And I've had people that are not an alcoholic say, no, it isn't. You have a choice. Yeah, that's easy for you to say, too. Let me tell you all about that. Not being an alcoholic, you have a choice thing. Yeah, you have a choice. My choice is this. Do I want to die or do I need a drink? I better have a drink because I'm going to die. That's me. You know what? I love the smell of beer. I really do. God, I miss beer. And I lived in Germany, man. And God, I love beer. Beer is so awesome, man. Yeah, pills are. Exactly. But pills, I mean, it's not my bag, man. Well, you don't. But the thing is I know people that drink. I know people that had drank their whole life. I know people that get drunk every day that are not an alcoholic. Oh, I can stop drinking. Wouldn't bother me none. Sure like to have a beer, but I don't care. Not me, man. 3 hours after my last drink, if I did not have alcohol, I was going to be leading a rough life for about 3 or 4 days. It was going to be very bad. Very bad. I had to be away from people. Couldn't be in the neighborhood of people, couldn't hear people, didn't want to hear anything. I needed to be away. Anyway, sorry, because you know what? I'm way off subject here completely. And you know what? I am going to wrap it up because I don't have anything else to really say. Kept it going for about an hour and a half. We'll keep it till 8:30, but that's about it. It's still my guy, people. It's still my dude, everyone. If you thought I was going to change your mind, you're wrong. No, it's still him. It's totally still him. And we're all going to find out at the same time. Need everybody back here because when it's announced that it is him, And I don't mean this in a bad way. And don't take it like that. But just because I had called it. Because there is no good that comes from two girls dying, especially local, like anywhere. You know, two girls dying is what's really bad. But the thing is that I did call it. I did say, yes, it's him there. Yes, it is him in Evansdale, same way. So when that comes forth, be here, because I'm at least going to give you guys thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being here with me. Every single last one of you. Thank you. All right, man. I will see you all in my very next. Oh wait, man, I still got 4 minutes. Man, don't, man, don't get me started, man. Yeah, I know. You know what? I would. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, I know full well we can. Anybody that can send that over 71, do it. Hit like. I need 9. Anybody that can get me 9, I need 9 people to hit that like button. Do it. I want to see it exceed 70. If it exceeds 70, there it is. Hey, what's up, Andy? How you doing? You did. You got here as I was signing off, too. All right. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all joining me this evening, and I will see you in my next video, which should be Friday, because I think Friday Greeno will be here. Should be live Friday at some time. Thank you, Audra. Thanks for being here. Thanks for donating. I'll catch y'all in my next video. Peace.